I think it depends on the assignment.
Okay.
So if it's a take-home exam, then they should not be working together unless it's a group exam.
Right.
So in most of my courses, I actually encourage students to work together and to rely on each other. So if there's an exam or a paper coming up, I encourage them to consult with each other and to figure out if there are remaining questions that we should discuss as a class.
I would say collaboration is almost always appropriate. The only exception I can think of would be a take-home exam, but usually in those cases it's pretty clear that that's what's expected, that you're not going to seek outside help on those things. But for something like a lab report, for instance, if you and I are lab partners, I would expect that if the assignment is for each of us to turn in a written report, that you and I might work together on the calculations, figuring out whatever it is, the equilibrium constant, the concentration, whatever it is that we're trying to we would work together on that, and that we would submit a report that's entirely, I would submit a report that's entirely my own prose. So I would write everything up, and that you would write everything up, and separately.
Okay.
So it depends on the assignment. So in our computer science classes, we do a variety of different types of assignments. There are individual assignments, and then there are group with pairs usually. And then, for instance, in our software design course, we have teams of 4 students working together on the same project. Those pairs and the larger teams, for those, it's pretty much okay for them to look at each other's code and work together. They're working on the same project. The point is for them to have a group effort. Where it's problematic is if you have a individual assignment and people start sharing code there. And so the guidance I tend to give my students is that I'm happy for them on homework assignments to discuss it with other people in the class. Talk about, in general, the way that they may have solved the problem, maybe problems they even had. Where I would draw the line is looking at code from it. Now that does vary a little bit from instructor to instructor, and so I think ultimately you want to make sure that you've checked with your professor.